Okay. What's up, guys? It's your boy Baga Bread, back with our next one. Let me jump into it one time. So in today's video, we have 5 more mistakes that's stopping you from reaching Mythical Glory. So for mistake number 1, we have dying too much. I don't think players understand just how important it is to not die. Every tip I share on this channel will always tie back into the main objective, which is to destroy the enemy's base. So think about it. What protects the base? The turrets, right? What protects the turrets? That's you, the player. So, if you die, who gonna protect the turrets? A lot of times, especially in the early game, players die and feed simply because they wanna do a lot more than they need to. In the early game, the formula is real simple. Hug your turret, and as I just mentioned, doing more than that will generally result in you feeding. The only time you should roam around and leave your turret in the early game is when you're 100% sure it's safe to do so. Always assume a bush is unsafe to go into. Repeat after me. I will not go into a bush unless my tank has already searched it. The other condition to leave your turret is if your team has a lot of map control. Then by default it's generally safer to roam. Other than that, hug your turret, play it safe, and wait until there's a crystal clear opportunity to do anything contrary. Mistake number 2. Not looking at the map. Yeah, I know you probably heard this one 100 times, but I feel like players still don't get it. It's so real on my end that I literally use the minimap to move around. Your eyes should literally be on the minimap like 90% of the time. No, I'm not exaggerating, by the way. In Mobile Legends, we vision are limited. For this reason, the minimap is literally all we have to ensure that we don't miss key moments in the game. Without the minimap, we will just be confined to what we could see in the center of the screen. And anybody that does play Mobile Legends will tell you that that's not enough. So trust me when I say keep your eyes on the minimap at all times. That's probably the most detrimental mistake players make. Mistake number 3. Taking too long to start the lore. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The main objective of the game is to destroy the enemy's base. Without the lore, that process becomes extremely difficult. The reason is because a lot of mages in the game does an excellent job at defending turrets. And I know what you're thinking. In solo queue, the team not synchronized enough to all attack the lord at the same time. And that's only true to some extent. In reality, all it takes is for one person to start the lord. Yes, it might take 100 pings, you might probably have to recall because the lord beats you up so bad, but more often than not, players will generally join and help when one person starts the lord. And yes, I get it. It's really impractical for a mage or a tank to attack the lord. But at the end of the day, if you want your win rate to increase, if you want to reach Mythical Glory, you need to do any and everything in your power to ensure that your chances of winning is as high as possible. Mistake number 4. Camping too much. And I already know all you're thinking. I'm probably salty because I get camp killed about 10 times in one game. Yes, that's true, I am salty. But let me explain to you why constantly camping is a bad idea. As I keep reiterating throughout this entire video, the main objective of the game is to destroy the enemy's base. Not to get a lot of kills, not to get a lot of gold, not to farm all the items quickly, to destroy the enemy's base. And what is the precursor to destroying the enemy base? Going on a minion genocide. Literally just kill minions for existing. That's the key to winning the game. But I'm asking a question. How much minions you think you would kill if you're spending 2/3 of the game in a bush hoping that somebody walk by for you to get a kill? In fact, camping is one of the least productive things you can do in Mobile Legends. A lot of times it's actually really easy to tell where an enemy is camping, which is just lowering the chances of you getting a kill, and it just means you've been wasting time in that bush. Especially if you've just been camping basically all game. The enemies would eventually figure you out. Unless of course you're in Grandmaster League or something, then in that case keep camping. I'll even make a video on this entitled "When is camping good and when is it not?" because I could go on and on. But I will say this as a final case in point. If your team is behind a map control, you better get out the bush and get to killing some minions. And last but not least, we have mistake number 5. Not logging off or playing other game modes. Playing ranked is really taxing on the brain and people actually don't realize it. Ranked mode has a lot to digest. You have to think quickly, you have toxic teammates to deal with, trash teammates, bad picks, the list goes on. All of this put together can become very stressful and taxing. It drains the battery, so to speak. And the easiest way to recharge your battery is just to put it down, just step away from it for a while. Now for me personally, I more or less play only Mobile Legends, so what I would do is simply hop over to our next game mode. But you don't have to do this, you could go play our next game. You could even just put on your phone altogether, go talk to someone, go outside, play a sport. You literally just walk away from it. Because I mentioned before in one of my previous videos, you need to be in the right frame of mind to play this game and to do anything in general. If you're tilted and functioning on a low battery, you'll just get diminishing returns and further hurt your win rate. But anyway though, that's the end of this video here. It was nice, all you don't know the Bag of Bread signing out.